Time to sit down and talk with some of our fellow Massillonians. My name is Jay David. I am the publisher of MassillonLIVE. You can see that behind me. We have two news sites, the regular broadcast site at MassillonLIVE.blogspot.com and also our social media page where you see a lot of stuff about Massillon and Western Stark County. Usually I don't come to you in this capacity, basically because I have a face for radio, but also because we mostly write the work that we do. That being said, we thought maybe we need to come to you with an appeal to just kind of open your mind and give you a perspective of what's happening here in Massillon in the next couple of weeks pertaining to Affinity Medical Center and the things that are involved with that. As you well know, or if you don't know, we'll bring you up to speed. Massillon City Council needs to make a decision, and they need to do so here in the next couple of weeks as to whether or not they want to take possession of Affinity Medical Center and all its assets. Now, that being said, on Monday, which is tomorrow, if you're watching this today, you're gonna see a vote, and it's probably just going to be what's called second reading, which means they're not going to have the final vote on it tomorrow night. But we are appealing to citizens, whether you're pro or against the possession legislation, to show up tomorrow. The Monday meeting is set for 6:30 at Council Chambers. It'll be a quick one, but I think there's supposed to be a part that you can sit down and address City Council prior to that meeting. So you'll just, hopefully you can show up and find out. I'm sure I'll be there, and I'm going to be looking at that as well. The final vote is expected by May the 7th. Basically, it's all about this. When the City of Massillon votes on the possession legislation, they will take control of the hospital, its real estate assets, and all the maintenance that goes with it, and the costs that go with it. And the idea behind this is that Massillon now has control as a municipality. They have control of all the properties and everything that's involved with the Affinity Medical Center deal for the purpose of marketing, to market it to any potential buyers out there that may want to come in and reach an agreement and put a hospital back in our community. We all know that we need a hospital in our community. More specifically, we need critical care, trauma care, cardiac care. That's the thing, especially with our aging population, that we definitely have to need. There's no quarrels about that at all. We don't want to say the word quorum since they're the ones that pull the plug on us. But that being said, that decision is going to come down, as I mentioned, by May the 7th. So everybody thought it would be an open and closed case. We'd buy the hospital for $1, which was the deal on the table, and we would go ahead and make the decisions to continue to do the strong arm marketing with as many health groups as possible to come in and possibly buy the facility. But then you have more time, as council does, to take a little deeper look into the deal. And basically the deal is this. Utilities alone will cost taxpayers, you and me as residents, $60,000 a month in utility costs. Altogether said and done, every month, or that the hospital facility, or the deal sits idle, continues to accrue more money. Give you an idea, over a 6-month period, the City of Massillon, the residents, you and me, because it's public dollars, it's taxpayer dollars, will have to pay up to $1 million every 6 months that the Affinity Medical Center building sits idle and all its assets tied to us. That's a lot of money. So the question that City Council needs to really look into on this is, can we afford this? Because they are elected to serve you. They are elected to represent the best interests of you and me as citizens here in Massillon. So they have a big decision to make. Do they want to adopt this legislation, which means, again, we hope we get a buyer. Of course we hope we get a buyer. I know administration's working hard on that. But if it doesn't happen, then that means taxpayers in Massillon will be liable for up to $1 million every 6 months the building is idle. So those are the big questions that are on the table. Can we afford that? What kind of debt is that going to put us into? We were already losing a tax base because we lost a lot of folks that were working there. So there's a lot of big questions that City Council needs to address. We urge you probably more than anything to get out there and put your eyes on it yourself. Come down to City Council meeting. Again, that meeting's set for 6:30 Monday night, this coming Monday night, for a second reading. But again, I think there should be a part where the delegation can speak to council members prior to that meeting, which again, I think it's only going to be a second reading. The final vote May the 7th. So which way do you go for? How do you feel about it? Show up, City Council, tomorrow night. We hope to see you there. Thank you.